So on expanded employment, there was talk of making those benefits permanent. Democrats had been talking about that in Congress. Has the latest jobs report impacted the way that the White House is looking at that possibility? And then can the president do anything to try to help pick up the pace of hiring? I mean, could you see a world in which he'd be talking to CEOs about raising their salaries, that kind of thing? Has he been looking at options?
Well, I will say first, one, the president supports an increase in the minimum wage. The president also believes and would love to see action in moving forward the American Jobs Plan by this summer, because he is the first to tell you that we need to do more, the economy needs more, American workers need more, obviously for the short term, but also the long term. And we know that the combination of the American Rescue Plan and the American Jobs Plan would have a large net positive benefit on bringing our workforce back in. And also, the American Families Plan would have a huge benefit in addressing some of the impacts of childcare on educational needs, on covering that is preventing women from rejoining the workforce. In terms of UI benefits, I know that a number of Democrats have talked about that in the past, and we're obviously in the discussion phase at a staff level and discussion with committees from senior leadership here with members and their staff. Next week, I expect we'll have a range of conversations up at the highest level on down, where those discussions will continue, and we'll see what they bring to the table as important priorities for them.
And then when it comes to the American Jobs Plan, how long do you see, or how quickly do you see that money sort of making an impact on an issue like childcare? I mean, it's going to take a while for it to be implemented, that money to get out there. We likely won't see impacts until earliest next year, isn't that right?
Well, I think first the American Families Plan, which has the biggest components of the 5-year extension of the child tax credit. Obviously, there are still components of that are being implemented now from the American Rescue Plan, and other pieces are meant to have a longer-term benefit. You're right. They're not all meant to have an immediate benefit. They're meant to address and build us out of recovery over the long term. But certainly for the American Jobs Plan, there are efforts in there that we certainly would hope to be underway as quickly as possible and as quickly as they can be. I don't know that we have an assessment at this moment in time on kind of when the first project could start. It really depends on when a bill would pass.
And then one quick one on Russia. Secretary Blinken